Hi everyone, Vincenzo here with a new ukulele tutorial. This week, let's learn how to play a really cool riff by Depeche Mode, Personal Jesus. This riff is really great to work on your hammer-ons and pull-offs. If you never heard about these two techniques before, check out the description where you can find tutorials for them. Having said that, let me play the riff for you. 3, 4... Okay, let's break it down. But before that, let me remind you to subscribe to the channel. I don't like to say these things, but it would really help me if you do. And it doesn't cost you anything. So you start with the open third string, then 3 pull off to the open string, and then 3 on the first string. All together, 3, 4, and again. For the right hand, I'm using the thumb for the fourth and the third string, the index for the second one, and the middle finger for the first one. But you can also just use your thumb and it will still work. By the way, if you need help on fingerstyle, check out my tutorial on how to get started with it. You can find it in the description. You carry on and you have 3 pull off to the open string, then open string, hammer onto 3 and then pull off back to the open string, like this. And then you end with fret 3. All together, 2, 3. And again. Playing this part well is central to succeeding with this riff. By the way, if you find this part too difficult, you can do the hammer on and then pluck the open string and it will still work. So you end the first part of the riff with 3 pull off to the open string, like this. Let's play the entire second part. 2, 3. You might think that this is an easy riff, but it's not really the case because there are a few things that you need to pay attention to that can be quite tricky. So at the end of the first measure, when you do this, you need to make sure that you don't let the open string ring out. If you look at the complete tabs, which by the way you can download from my Patreon page, after the C you have a rest, and so you don't want the note to ring out. To avoid this, I'm resting my middle finger on the string. You see, again. This might seem like a minor thing, but it makes a difference. You notice this detail, especially if you listen to the live version of Personal Jesus. 2 more points to pay attention to are the techniques involved and of course the tempo, which is quite fast. With that in mind, let's play the riff again. 3, 4. Now let's see what happens next. You repeat the riff you learned once more, and then you have 5, 8 pull off to 5, then 8 and 8, and then 8 pull off to the open string. When you play 8 and 8 together, you can use the ring finger like I did, or you can use the ring finger and the pinky. Anyway, all together, 3, 4. Now let's work on the next measure. So you have 3 pull off to the open string, 2 and 2 pull off to the open string. All together, 3, 4. Now let's put these 2 measures together. 3, 4. After that, you play the main riff one more time. So to clarify, you play the main riff twice, then you have the variation, and then you play the main riff once more. This is an arrangement that works well, especially if you're playing by yourself. In the song, they repeat the main riff many more times. Having said that, let me play the entire riff slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's have a play along at 130 BPM. This tutorial was of course on the guitar riff of the song. I changed the key so that it would work better on the ukulele. The riff is pretty close to the original one, but it's not 100% the same. If you're interested in the chords for the riff, here they are. By the way, I also recorded a version of this riff with my low G ukulele, which you can find on my channel. On my Patreon page instead, you can find the tabs and the backing tracks that you need for practicing this riff. You have 3 backing tracks, one at the original tempo, one slower and another one even slower. And one more thing, don't forget that if you learned something from this video and you would like to say thank you, you can buy me a coffee, link in the description. That's all for now. Let me know in the comments if you managed to learn this riff. If you want to take your playing to the next level, have a look at my free course here on YouTube and download my free 8-step roadmap, link in the description, that will tell you the exact process to follow to learn the ukulele. Moreover, check out the other links in the description to learn more about the types of classes that I've got available at the moment. And if you are into Depeche Mode, check out my tutorial for Enjoy the Silence. Having said that, thank you very much for watching and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next week. Ciao!